It's a rainy day today on the Central Coast. Just really love the sound of those birds. Every time I come here, it's like the sound of those birds. I'm not sure if you can hear them, but I've only ever heard them in this spot. I'm about to trek up to my little secret location, aka the Prana Cave. So I'm a little bit strange when it comes to listening to that inner voice that says, hey, don't worry about the path that you're on, just hang a left and walk into the unknown, the pathless unknown. And so this is how I found this spot. Really means, there's a hole. Really means a lot to me, this spot that you're about to see. I spent a lot of beautiful time up here and just really connecting with the earth. But you'll see in a second. Glad I had this pink umbrella. Getting the job done. I'm just really in love with Australian nature. It's just so diverse, and the climate here on the Central Coast in New South Wales is really special. The nature just really thrives in this environment. And as you can probably see, the caves start to reveal themselves. I always get so excited when I find a new cave. I always have to wonder what the history of that particular cave is. Was it once inhabited? But that isn't the one we're going to today. This is the one up here. This is the Prana Cave. Oh, bit slippery in the rain. Bit puffed too. So this is the one. I brought up some carpet once, but it got damp. So now it's a bit musty. There's a little cave up there, and I just love how the moss covers the rocks. It's like nature's carpet. And this rock line actually extends quite far behind those ones. It's just really, really beautiful to run around and act like a monkey on those. But today this is where I'm going to sit for a little bit and reflect. There's the fire. Many a potatoes baked. I really feel the weight of his loss. and more than what I thought I would. I guess 4 years since he first got sick, when he was first diagnosed with bowel cancer. 4 years or 5 years. He was given a 2-year mark, and it's funny, I remember rocking up to the hospital after he had his bowel removed. Mum and I walked in there, and he's just lying on his bed and in high spirits. How you going, Dad? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. And pulls out a secret stash of VB long necks. Not surprised. Fuck. Mother's milk, eh? The old VB. Yeah, I really appreciated that about Dad. You know, he's really been through a lot this last 4 years. It's a massive struggle. He partied himself up to the point where his body just had enough. It's colostomy bags, never nice. Bloody colonoscopies. He'd say, I'm off to get a film crew up my ass, he'd say. just high spirits. Just the highest spirits. But I think he'd always keep the pain and the anguish and whatever regret he might have been experiencing to himself. It's not something he ever shared with anyone. I guess he must have felt like a burden. So he always wore a face. He always wore that mask. Yeah, he was a man who lived in his glory days, that's for sure. It's the life of the party. And the centre of the party too, no doubt. That laugh. Always putting a smile on people's faces. The Simon Doudle chuckle. Yeah, but it's funny, you know, like despite the party, despite loving the beer and preferring the escapism, I always knew him to be one of the hardest workers of anyone I've ever really met. You know, he always showed up, admittedly late sometimes, some days, no doubt late. He was a hard worker, and I was fortunate enough to spend some time with him in work and doing some concreting and just really observe a side of him that he probably never perceived as being artistic, but he really had an artist's approach to his work, to his job, and just observing the way that he finished and observing that focus. And it was really nice to just see him in that space, passionate. And it's like every day there's a new concrete slab or a new driveway. It's like another work of art. And it's a lot of driveways on the Central Coast and around Sydney with his mark on it, that's for sure. And yeah, he invited me over when I was 18 with a job offer, and to work with him on Mount White, and that's a patch of highway. Mount White that I always drive past and always remember back when I was 18, working with Dad and really learning work ethic, just building the characteristics that I was never really shown as a child. He was really a solid example of what it meant to show up and what it meant to finish the job and what it meant to finish a job with a high level, high standards. And yeah, I really appreciate that character that he shared, and I was able to take that into the jobs, that ethic into the employment that I've had throughout the last 12 years of being in Australia, and I really have to credit that to getting me through some healthy tendencies